My name is Marla Sargent, and I am married to George, a boat builder. He used to build models all the time for our kids when our kids were young. And then he would go to their schools when they would have parents come in and tell the kids what they did for a living. So George would make models for our kids and for the kids at school.
From the time I was a little kid, whether it was plastic models or wooden models or balsa models. I didn't make a lot of them, but I made enough of them. I always liked doing it, and it was fun. And even as an adult, I was interested in models. I didn't have the time too much, but when the kids were born, that provided me another opportunity to go back to my own childhood and showing them how to, do the same things.
He would build model boats for our kids to play with when we were out sailing, because the kids would get bored just sitting in a sailboat with nothing to do. So this way he built models for them to play with. They would pull them behind our sailboat when we were sailing. They'd play with them on the beach, have a great time. Over the years, our children also got involved with building models with George. And one of the models they built was an airboat, the type of boats they use in the Everglades down in Florida. They built an airboat, and it was a rubber band powered airboat. They built it, they wound up the rubber band, they set it in the water, let it go, and it took off, and immediately, or almost immediately, it turned upside down. And then the rubber band still had some more power in it, and it propelled the boat, even though the propeller was now underwater. So the light bulb went off in George's head, and he said, aha! So George decided that maybe the model business would be something we should do.
People started asking where they could get the models. I said, there's probably someone selling models like this out there. And people would come back and say, no, there isn't. And so we looked into it, and there really wasn't. And so we tried to fill that little gap in the supply of model boats to kids.
In 1993 is when we decided to go in business. It took George about a year to design and start the manufacturing process. So in 1994 is when we sold our first model boat kit. Our model boat kits can be built by anybody, regardless of age. We have models that are appropriate for 3-year-olds, and we have models that are appropriate for 60, 70, and 80-year-olds. Everybody likes to build our models. They're fun. You don't need any prior modeling experience or woodworking experience.
We start out with our lumber stock, which is planks of varying sizes that suit the models, and then we have to cut the planks into smaller blanks that will eventually become the model boat.
We have our own wood shop on our property. He built the shop back in 1990, and it's a fully equipped wood shop. He has made patterns that he uses in the manufacturing process, and by these patterns I mean they're jigs and patterns that preset everything, so every model is exactly the same. Each model is handmade, one at a time. There's no mass-produced machines here. We just make model boats. Besides selling our boats, either through our website on the internet or through gift shops, museums, etc., we also are invited to conduct model boat building and sailing activities at festivals.
We get a lot of people that'll be their first introduction. Then we see them year after year come back, and they want to build the next model on the difficulty scale. They'll start out with the minnow, and then they'll go to the Bermuda, then they go to the 2-masted Sharpie, and that's one of the rewards that we really didn't anticipate, or that I didn't anyway.
We bring a pond with us and set it up, fill it with water so kids can come build their boats, decorate their boats, and sail their boats. And it's just wonderful. They have a great time. The whole family enjoys it. It's really a family activity, and it's pretty unique. No one else does this. We're the only ones.